What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What is good? Make sure y'all liking the live. Make sure y'all sharing the live for sure. We got a lot to go. We got some things to go over. We got certain things to go over. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? I'm gonna share my screen soon, but I'm gonna let people get up in here since I'm just on YouTube today. I'm just on YouTube today. But it's all good. It's all good. We in the mix. We in the mix. Let me share a screen. And go. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Peace. What up, fam? What up? What up? What up? Make sure y'all liking the live. I'm just gonna be on YouTube, today for this session. You know what I'm saying? Queen is traveling, but we here. We here. You know what I'm saying? We are here. We are here. Trust and believe we are here. What's good? What's good? What's good? Shout out to Black Nation family. Make sure you guys are double tap, not double tapping the screen, but make sure you guys are smashing the like button. Smash the like button. We got several things to go over today, right now. I'm gonna give some people some time to get in here for sure before I get started. Shout out to y'all. I see Nicole. I see Steven. Was good. Class was fire last night. Yes, class was fire last night. If you missed class, man, you missed the gym. Class will be, the replay of the class will be available at least by tomorrow. I want to make sure I got everything, all the tools and everything. So at least by tomorrow, it'll be available for download, right? So make sure you guys are aware of that. Other than that, we're gonna be talking about Visa. We got some news to talk about. We're gonna be talking about Trump, World Liberty Financial, right? We got news about that. We also got news about Tether. Tether flips South Korea and U.S. debt holdings. So Tether doing everything they can to stay abreast, fam. Everything they can. So, and then we got Wirex white paper forecast 1 trillion euros for European stablecoin market by 2030. 1 trillion euros. So, a lot of money being pumped around. What's good? What's good, everybody? Shout out to you, Devon. Shout out to you, Devon. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Happy wealthy Wednesday. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So, let me share this in the Telegram that I'm live on. Hold on, give me a second. I know some people probably looking for me on TikTok, but we're not live on TikTok right now for sure. Shout out to everybody that's here, though. Shout out to everybody that's here. Link. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get right into it. Okay. All right. So let's start off with this Visa news. What's going on with Visa? Visa. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, use Visa. A lot of people use Visa. So, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it for sure. Give me 1 second. 1 second. There we go. So Visa now supports payments in 4 stablecoin across 4 blockchains. Let me actually open this up in another tab so you guys can see it. I know you guys can see me, but just bear with me for a second. Hold on 1 second. All right. Now let me reshare my screen. What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? Okay. All right. So Visa now supports payments in 4 stablecoins across 4 blockchains, convertible into fiat currency. So what's Visa doing? So Visa, you already know. Hold on, go my notes. So basically what happened was Visa, the company behind the debit card and credit cards, are adding support for more stable coins on 4 new blockchains, right? So stable coins are, a type of cryptocurrency designed for steady value, of course. So Visa now supports 8 different stablecoin assets across multiple blockchains. It already worked with big ones like USDC, Eurocoin, PayPal, USD, Global Dollar on networks like Ethereum and Solana, of course. And it's just faster, cheaper global payments, right? Faster, cheaper global payments, right? So why this matters is because using stable coins on the blockchain can move, money across different countries quickly and often lowering fees. Visa plugged into many of these means, and benefits could be, reached every day, through cards. So this just isn't, just trading tokens. People are actually spending through, Visa link cards. Spending on stablecoin links cards is 4 times higher this quarter than last quarter. And the monthly volume is pacing at 2.5 billion per year. And then banks get involved. So Visa is giving banks tools to mint and burn their own stablecoins. So Visa is giving banks tools to mint and burn their own stable coins on its own tokenized asset platform. That means traditional finance is more comfortable using blockchain technology, fam. The big scale since 2020, Visa says it processed over 140 billion in crypto and stablecoin flows, and it now's run 130 plus card programs in 40 countries. This ain't no tiny thing, fam. It's global. It's global, like how we always say it, right? And Visa is adding more stable coins and more blockchains. And what this could mean for us is if you shop online or send money internationally, payments could become faster and possibly cheaper over time, right? So you might see more cards or apps that let you pay with stable coins, but it will make it feel, like a normal payment, right? And as more banks and companies use stable coins, you'll likely hear less about crypto trading and more about crypto payments. So, fam, like there's no way we can stop this. There's no way we can stop this. All you got to do is just get on board. If you get on board, it'll be less painful for you. Just get on board, fam. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. Let me go to the live. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. If you was on TikTok and you on here right now, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Make sure you guys are liking the live and everything like that. All right, so the next thing I want to go over was this. So Tether flips South Korea and U.S. debt. Tether is flipping South Korea and U.S. debt. So what does that mean? What does that mean exactly? So basically, what happened was, give me 1 second. Back to my notes. So Tether, the world's biggest stablecoin. So basically, Tether, the company behind the biggest stablecoin USDT, now holds about 135 billion in U.S. Treasury bills. That makes Tether the 17th largest holder of U.S. debt, bigger than countries like South Korea, the UAE, and Germany. Is just behind Brazil. So Tether also says it's 500 million verified users and is on track for about 15 billion in profit in 2025. 15 billion in profit, right? A digital stablecoin. A digital stablecoin is steady at $1, right? When it comes to USDC. And this matters because this strong backing equals trust. So by holding a huge amount of safe assets, which is US Treasuries, Tether is signaling that USDT is backed solid, liquid, and widely trusted reserves. That can make people more confident using USDT. Crypto at a nation scale, though, a crypto company holding more U.S. debt, and then some major countries show how larger stablecoins have become in global finance. And then with 135 billion in treasuries, Tether earns significant interest with help, which helps fuel the legal profits and supports the stability of USDT. right? And then other milestones reached is about 113 billion in profit, right, in 2024 alone. So they're aiming near 15 billion in this year. So a little bit more profit this year. So they got the listen, they got the crown right now. They got the crown right now. And they got 500 million verified users, right? And they got a gold token. Tether's backed gold token, which is XAUT, past 1 billion in value and helped gold prices hit record highs. As we know, the price of gold right now is over what? $4,000 an ounce. $4,000 an ounce, and it's probably going to keep climbing, especially, you know, being that this economy is in the shape that it's in. So, you know, I mean, they doing whatever they can do. All right. So in short, Tether now holds more U.S. Government debt than several major countries, showing how huge stablecoins have become. At that scale, it could boost trust in USDT and keep it stable, which matters for anyone using crypto or for payments or savings. So I know what we said about USDT, but they're doing everything in their power to continue keeping the game going. So, you know, this is where we at, fam. This is where we are. This is where we are. Let me look at the chat. Thanks for the super chats. We got a lot of super chats. Shout out to Griff. Sub, haven't seen T or Kurt. Kurt was on yesterday. He was on last night for a second. Exactly. You don't know nothing about crypto. For sure. Thank you for the super chats. Yeah, so let me go to the next article. Because Tether flipping, you know, South Korea, you know, and US debt holdings, it's now the 17th largest holder of the US Treasury, right? Surpassing South Korea, fam. So damn, you know, a lot of countries that had a lot vested in us, you know, now we got legit crypto companies having a lot vested in us as well. So the next thing I wanted to pull up was, let's talk about World Liberty Financial real quick. Let's talk about World Liberty Financial. I got y'all. Give me a second. World Liberty Financial. So World Liberty Financial to airdrop 8.4 million World Liberty Financial tokens. Will price rally halt? So World Liberty Financial announced an airdrop of 8.4 million tokens worth about $1.2 billion. Listen, regardless of how you feel about the president, whether you like him, whether you don't like him, whatever, fam, like it's very imperative that you understand his business acumen. His business acumen is 100 when it comes to crypto, right? And anybody in politics could have did this, right? Anybody in politics, even if Elizabeth Warren was like, okay, I want my own coin or whatever, she could have did it. You know, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now, showing love. Make sure you're smashing the like button for sure. Make sure you're smashing the like button as soon as you come in. Make sure you're sharing the live. I'm just on YouTube today, right? Queen will be on later on when we get on later. But right now, I'm just on YouTube. So, you know, sharing the live, liking the live definitely will help. So let's see what's going on when it comes to World Liberty Financial. What are they doing? Why are they doing these airdrops? So, like I said, 8.4 million tokens in an airdrop worth about $1.2 billion. The first people to get these tokens are early users who joined the USD1 points program, which rewards people for using the USD1 stablecoin. The airdrop will happen on 6 crypto exchanges. So those 6 exchanges are Gate.io, KuCoin, LBanks, HTX Global, Flipster, and Mexi, right? So if you don't know what an airdrop is, you know, for the newbies, it's a free token that gives users usually to thank early supporters and spread the word. So for those that interact with these programs first or interact with these platforms first, they usually get rewarded in some instances. This is that case. They're doing this because they want to get more people to use their stablecoin, essentially, and join their ecosystem, right? Ain't no harm in that. If you got an ecosystem, listen, if you create your own ecosystem, right, you could do stuff like this too. All you got to do is just market it, right? That's all Trump is doing. He has the platform. All of these other politicians could create their own ecosystems. That's how we are, right? They're also planning debit cards that let you spend USD1 like regular money, right? they're expanding the points program with more partners, DeFi apps, right? And new ways to earn and redeem rewards, right? So they want to earn money, fam. They want the people to earn money, and they want to earn money. That's why they're getting into DeFi as well, right? We just, shout out to everybody that was in the class last night, part 2. All parts of the class will be sent out by tomorrow. I want to make sure I got all the tools and everything that Cecil wanted y'all to get. Shout out to everybody that was in the DeFi class, yo. Y'all had some great questions last night. So basically what's happened with the prices, World Liberty Financial Token is up about 20% this week, right? And Marzell, who's an analyst, says the support is around 15 cents and the resistance is around 19 cents. So we're gonna watch these levels. We're gonna see if they break. Could the rally stop? Airdrops can cause two opposite effects. So whenever airdrops happen, it could be short-term selling, meaning some people get, the free tokens to sell it right away, which can push the price down, or long-term growth. If the airdrop brings more users and activity, the demand could grow and support, price later on. So watch these signals. And this matters because for users, you might get free tokens if you join the points program. For the project, this is a big push and growth towards USD1 adoption and World Liberty Financial as a whole. And for the market, large airdrops test whether a project can handle new users, keep momentum, and drive real world utility. Because that's what we're talking about in this case. We're talking about real world utility. That's what we're talking about. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. Let me see some of these comments. I know some of you guys are in here, right? Yeah. Definitely be careful with those airdrops. Shout out to everybody that's in here though, fam. And I had I think one more article to go through. The next article was Wirex. So let me pull this one up about Wirex. So Wirex. Give me 1 second. So Wirex white paper forecasts 1 trillion European stablecoin market by 2030. So the payment platform introduces agentic payments concept as it establishes at Milan Hub to leverages the MI car compliance framework. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about this real quick. That's a lot of money. Regardless of what they're saying by 2030, though. This is by 2030. So let's see what they're saying. So basically, Wirex, which is a payments company that allows that works with Visa and MasterCard. So they work with Visa and MasterCard. They released a report saying that Europe's stablecoin market could grow to 1 trillion by 2030. So today, most stablecoins are in US dollars. Euro stablecoins are tiny by comparison, but Wirex thinks that new EU rules called MiCAR, MiCAR, will help euro-backed stablecoins, right, grow 10 to 15%. And they set up their EU headquarters in Milan to lean on these rules. So the key ideas, right, in this whole thing is, of course, stablecoins, and then MiCAR, which is a new European rule book for crypto companies so that they know how to do things legally and safely across the EU. It just sounds like another company that they just made up so people could get jobs. But that's a whole nother conversation. But this matters because more control of Europe for Europe. So we talked about yesterday how France, they want to get 2% of all the Bitcoin in the next 6 to 7 years or so. So if everyone uses USD stablecoins, the US will have most of the influence. Growing Euro stablecoins give Europe more money independence. So, of course, faster and cheaper payments, and then smarter money tools. So with these agentic payments, your wallet could automatically pick better options. So your wallet can pick better options, like earning interest safely or settling payments instantly while staying compliant with the rules. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I see y'all in the chat. Yeah, of course. Let's get the likes up. We got 119 people in here. I see 78 likes, right? Let's get the likes up. It could be more, but I don't know if it updated. So what Wirex and others are doing is Wirex is better on MiCAR compliance as competitive and stablecoin focused challenger banks will mix non-custodial wallets, right, on-chain settlement, and card networks, right? The industry moves is that Circle got French e-money license to issue the euro stablecoin EURC under the MyCar. And then Clearbank, right? We talked about Clearbank earlier this week. They plan to help expand across access across the Europe with the EURC. And then Western Union is planning a stablecoin, right? USDPD on Solana in 2026. And we talked about that yesterday and how Solana, I don't think they're the major player over there in Western Union, but hey, man, we could be wrong. We could be wrong. And then big institutions and even governments are experimenting with stablecoins for large transactions, right? These big transactions. And then policy recommendations from report make MyCar consistent across all EU countries so rules don't clash. And then it gives merchants reasons to accept euro stablecoins, lower fees, faster settlements, wallets that default to euros, right? So this is important. This is important. So shout out to my peoples out there in Europe. They getting ready. They gearing up. They gearing up. We know a lot is on the horizon right now, right? Especially over here in the United States where, you know, people are about to lose access to, you know, these SNAP benefits and, you know, whatever else they're going to cut off and stuff like that. This is all planned, fam. This is all to usher us into the new era of what we're going to do, how we're going to be doing business, how we're going to be doing communications, how we're just going to be getting involved with each other, you know, just across the board. This is a new technological era. So if you think this is, you know, just a joke, or you don't think this is important to you or your family or your friends or anybody that you care about, you are clearly mistaken, fam. You are clearly mistaken. This is the time that you need to gear up and pay attention if you're not already. But I know a lot of you are. A lot of you are that are in the chat right now are already paying attention. You already got your bags packed. So, you know, now is the time. Now is the time. So I think that's all that I had today. I didn't really see, you know, too much. Let me see. Let me see what's going on. Let me see if I seen anything else. Okay, this just came across the wire. So BitGo adds Canton Coin Custody as first U.S. qualified provider. So BitGo offers Canton Coin Custody with $250 million insurance, regulated cold storage, and multi-signature protection. So let's talk about this. Let's go through this for a second, right? So BitGo announced the custody integration today, with services including institutional oversight with compliant tools. So digital asset infrastructure company BitGo announced custody support for Canton Coin CC today, becoming the first US-based qualified custodian to offer this service. Okay, this integration enables institutions to hold and manage CC, the native token of the Canton Network's globalized synchronizer infrastructure. So the new service includes regulated cold storage custody with institutional oversight. BitGo provides $250 million in insurance coverage and multi-signature protection for Canton Coin holdings. And institutional clients also gain access to self-custody wallets for treasury options, along with streamlined reporting and audit tools designed to meet regulatory standards. That means they're ready for a tick up. This tells me that they're ready for a major tick up. If they're talking about cold storage, if they're talking about let us hold your shit, let us hold your money, we're about to see a tick up, fam. We're about to see a tick up, right? One way or another. Whether it happens now, whether it happens in the next several weeks, in the next several months, we're going to see a tick up because they are gearing up for this, right? Institutional clients also gain access to self-custody wallets for treasury operations, right? Along with, did I read this? Along with streamlined reporting, audit tools. Yeah. So Chang Feng, who is BitGo's chief revenue officer, stated that the company remains committed to supporting institutional adoption of digital asset networks and providing meaningful utility enabled by Canton. The infrastructure aims to deliver institutional-grade security and services for emerging ecosystems. Wow. Wow. And then the Canton Network background. The Canton Network operates as a privacy-enabled blockchain designed specifically for regulated financial markets. So the Canton Coin launched alongside the global synchronized mainnet back in July of 2024. So they were gearing up back then, last summer. The token is currently earned by network participants who provide infrastructure or applications rather than purchased through traditional exchanges. Approximately 22 billion CC are in circulation, with over 300 participants using the token within the ecosystem. The protocol uses the DAMI smart contract language. This is why we told you NFTs, smart contracts are going to be very, very important moving forward, which enables programmable privacy and horizontal scaling. CC serves as a native utility token for the global synchronizer infrastructure, which is run by independent super validators, right? Shout out to everybody in the chat. When is Jerome Powell coming out with the info? I think that's 2 p.m. today. I think that's 2 p.m. today. Let's get to 100 likes. We got 120 something people in here. Let's get to 100 likes. I see about 80 something likes in here. Let's get to 100 likes before I get off the tune. And then the Canton Foundation filed for admission to trading in the EU with an accepted initial listing on Kraken's EU platform, though no specific date has been confirmed, right? And then they talk about the infrastructure expansion plans. So BitGo is in the mix. BitGo is in the mix, right? Damn, this is what we got to do. This is what we got to do. This is where we got to go. So if you guys are paying attention and doing what you need to do, like, this is very, very, very crucial moving forward. This is why, being early matters. This is why being, early to the party definitely matters, because it's very crucial right now, right? And I'm not just saying that just to say it. I'm saying it because just like how Queen and I was explaining months ago on how you're going to have to decipher who you want to be around, you're literally going to have to know who is who, because you're going to be in another bracket, probably for the first time in your life. You're going to be in a whole new bracket, right? And then people are going to be like, how did they get there? So keep that in the back of your mind. Just keep that in the back of your mind. So if you got to move accordingly, start making your plans, start making your rounds right now as far as how you're going to move around, because they're expecting some type of tick up. This is important though. This is important. So shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's here, fam. That's really all I had for you guys today. We will be back on later. We will be back on later at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And shout out to everybody that was in the DeFi class, part 1 and part 2. We have the DeFi call tonight in the Patreon. So if you want to join the Patreon, the link is in the bio, in the description right here. And if you want to get into that class, or if you want access to the class, right, because the class is over, that's in the bio as well. But I appreciate you guys for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys for pulling up, even though I'm on YouTube today. We will be back on TikTok and YouTube later. So make sure you pull up then as well. Appreciate every single one of y'all for being with us. Just kidding, dude. I am a quoted joke from the press conference. What happened? What happened? No, I'm just reading the comments. They say Amazon is down. Amazon down again? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all later. And then we'll talk then. All right. Peace.